I'm going to try to show you a little bit of how this place lays out. So here you've got a door and a second door on the front of the house. This door goes to the ground floor, well, main floor apartment, which is all of this section. This door you access from steps on the side of the house. This door goes up a set of stairs and then gives you access, dedicated access to an upstairs apartment. And then the third apartment is accessed through the back because it's located in the basement. So now we're inside of the main floor unit. So the one behind this arched doorway, main floor unit, 2-bedroom, hardwood floors. This is right as you walk in the door from the front of the house. Fireplace looks into the dining room. There's a shot towards the front door. Nice windows on the front. I love the windows on the side of the fireplace. This one I think is permanently covered in order for them to do the entry into the upstairs apartment. So I don't think you'll get sun through that one. Looking now into the dining room from the front living room. Here we are in the dining room. This door here is the kitchen door. And this is a closet. Probably what used to be stairs to go up to the upstairs attic. But it has been converted into a closet now. So here we are still in the dining room. Still in the dining room. And what we've got over here then is looking into a hallway which directly walks into the bathroom, and then on both sides are the 2 bedrooms. Back in the kitchen now. All right, and here we are in the dining room again. So this is that closet door. This is the door that looks through to the bathroom, but is a hallway connecting the 2 bedrooms. Here's one bedroom. And here's bedroom number 2. One then is at the front of the house and one is at the back of the house. Okay, back out on the front porch. Now you cannot access that second door, this door for the other upstairs unit, from this entry or this patio. You do have to completely step off this patio, walk all the way around to the side of the house through a gate here. That would then get you inside to some stairs that take you up to open this gate to get into the door that then, you can see the stairs there, leads directly into a set of stairs that takes you upstairs. This is a room, it's very small. This picture is completely inaccurate when it comes to suggesting size with the virtual furniture that they put in here. This actually is, gosh, I'd say it's, I don't know, like 8 by 8, maybe 8 by 9. I mean, maybe 7 by 8. It's small. It's like too big to be, really considered like just like an entry or a mud room, that kind of thing, to kind of a catch-all space. And yet it's too small to really put any sizable furniture in it. I do think you could probably get a desk in there, maybe with a rug, maybe a small sitting chair and a lamp. But it is the room as you enter in. There'll be I imagine, a little bit of a drop zone where you're going to drop your stuff off. Whether it's a coat tree or hooks. And then you'll walk through this room into this space, which is potentially a living room, a bedroom, and the bathroom. And then you'll go to your right to enter the kitchen. So a lot of activity will be happening in this room, so you really can't fill it full of furniture. It's way too small for that. This is another shot of that room. Let me just show you how I know that this is inaccurately. So you see this vent? That's the same vent. And there's a wall right behind it. But here, they bumped the wall back so they could fit that couch in there. telling you that couch will not fit in there. Small room. Here we are looking, we're still in that same room, but we're looking back towards the door, and this is where you can see the entry into the kitchen. Small kitchen, very basic. This is a small refrigerator, so a small studio-sized apartment refrigerator. This they have furnished as a bedroom. And I suppose if, based on who you've got in this unit, maybe it could be a bedroom. But this is what I think needs to be the living room, because that front room is too small. So this is one side of the room. And then this next picture is going to be the other side of the room. So we're actually going to now move up against this wall, face into the room, and this is what we see. So we walked into this door, and then against the wall that's over here is where that bed was in the stage picture. And then this is the back of that room with the stackable washer and dryer. So this is where I really imagine more of a living room space. That's where you can actually fit a couch and, mount a TV. Bathroom, pretty normal bathroom. Sure, it's a little small, but not smaller than most people are already used to. And this is then the bedroom, like the true bedroom. And this is a hallway out into the kitchen, the bathroom, that living room, and then also into the front entry room. Here's the back door. This is the door then that leads down into the third unit. Immediately takes you down a set of stairs. And you get down a set of stairs into the kitchen space. It's nicely redone. Here's the deal with the basement. It has an extremely short ceiling. So anybody who's tall would never be able to be comfortable in this space. I'd say anybody any taller than maybe even 5'10" would probably not be comfortable down here. I'm 5'5". I was good. The gentleman I was showing wasn't particularly tall. He might have been 5'8", 5'9". He was able to get around in there, but it is definitely short ceilings. This is the set of stairs where we came down from the door. I think the door's even open. You can see it up there on that landing. Come down the set of stairs directly into the kitchen. Underneath the kitchen, the stairs is the washer and dryer. And this is newly done space, newly finished space, new-ish at least, and it's done very well. So it is a nice, comfortable space as long as you're not too tall. This is one bedroom. There are two bedrooms, if I remember correctly. So this is one of the bedrooms. Now they don't really have closets, because that would have cut a little bit too much into their space, and so they did this kind of a solution where they've got shelving and rods, like a closet system on the wall. So this is another closet system here. This is actually in a common hallway. So this is, you would come down the steps. Kitchen space is, I believe the kitchen space is here on the right, and then in order for you to move from the kitchen and the entry to the living room, especially if you had a guest, you'd walk through this hallway to get to the living room. So this although it is a closet, it would be it may not even be a closet. Maybe this is just shelving storage, and then this is where you hang your coats. Coat closet. You could do that too. This is the living room space. This is one side of the room, and there is a second side of the room. This door here is the bathroom. So this is, like I said, one side of the room. And see how they took that closet out in the staged picture? But boom, there it is in the not staged picture. Kind of silly. This is the other side of the room then. So this is that hallway that you came down that had the closet organizer in it. And then you're into the opposite side of that big long room. I wouldn't say it's big, but of the long room, it's a nice, it's decent size. This is the bathroom then. Again, everything's fairly new, very good shape, if not new. You get the fiberglass shower, toilet, decent vanity and cabinets here, tile floor. This is the second bedroom then. So again, another closet, organization type of setup hanging from the wall. This is likely, I don't vividly recall, but that's likely going to take you to like the water meter. This is the opposite side of that same room. Backyard. Here's the steps to get up into that second apartment, the upstairs apartment. Pergola. It's a cute backyard. Yes, you're on 60th Street, which can have a steady flow of traffic, but you do have a nice, fully fenced privacy fenced backyard. It's got some neat little things on it, you know, like the brick and the landscaping blocks they did some of the retaining walls with are great, and they do have some decent annuals. Here we've got probably just like some daylilies and things. Perennials, excuse me. This would be getting you into the garage from the backyard, or this is a double gate. That's another way that you would get into the back parking area or access the front of the garage. So here you are with the front of the garage. This is right here, the gate that would open. It's got two swinging gates into the parking space. Now, when I went, we were able to put two cars here side by side. But if you're wanting to park your cars into the garage, that's not going to work. You're going to just then have two cars that could pull in and park in the garage. Maybe if you've got some friends over and you know you don't mind being blocked in, people could then pull up and park behind you here. But it wouldn't be like a permanent solution. It's not like a couple of you could park in the garage and then a couple of you could routinely park back here, unless you're okay with, obviously, doing the vehicle shuffle every time anybody wants to get out of the garage. There is street parking out here right in front. And I suppose that's where you would park if you couldn't make that work in the back. I mean, like overflow parking, like if you had people that didn't want to be blocked in. I think we're back at the beginning again. Okay, so that's how it's laid out. Let me know what you think. You want to take a look at it? Let's go do that. Just let me know.